My name is Adam Jones. I'm the Vice President of Creative Services here at RareWire. Our team sets out to help a client deliver anything from designing the initial concept of the app to the finished product and QA testing of that app. Before we introduced the App Creation Studio, we ourselves, with our Wire language, used XCode to build our first client apps. So we still were tied to the gig download that Apple provides for their SDK. We were still tied to the simulator, which gives a developer a very false sense of stability within their app. You're going to be using the CPU that's at your disposal of your laptop or your iMac. You're not going to be using the memory that's at your disposal on the actual device. So you have no sense of reality. GPS becomes troublesome, camera becomes non-existent. What XCode initially sets out to do for developers is provide that SDK to help them along the way. And other platforms that are out there use XCode as their tool. You still have to download their third-party SDK for a platform like PhoneGap or Accelerator. And so you download all of these platforms and all of these tools help you build your app. But at the end of the day, you're still tied to using XCode to view your app when you're building it. So what Fusebox sets out to do is allow a web developer to use the methodology that they're used to. They're able to use the Fusebox app as a browser tool, essentially. So the workflow that they're used to, being able to make quick edits, hitting refresh in the browser and seeing their changes take place in real time, is the world of Fusebox. Fusebox allows me to have my device, the memory usage at my disposal on my device, up and running as I code in our studio, take snapshots and realize those changes immediately in the app. We focus on hiring designers first. Our mantra is we can't teach taste, but we can teach someone how to code. With Wire, we set out to make a language that's legible and readable and understandable to a designer. It's much like HTML and its syntax, so they're able to bring up Wire for the first time and kind of glance through it and get familiar and understand and go, I've seen this before, and not be scared. It's not JavaScript based, it's not verbose, it's not a whole entirely different world. The team that we've developed here is kind of design-centric team first that loves building apps. We love the fact that we can have designers that have brilliant ideas and brilliant vision for a product and realize that immediately. We'll all have apps that we build on the side using our platform. We've all used other platforms before, and we've just found that in terms of business logic, building business logic into apps that solve real problems and not just a drawing app or a fun little quiz app. Apps that really are solving problems are achievable by a designer, not a developer.